we had a lot of thousands and thousands of people demonstrating in Australia, and guess what? There was no reporting on the mainstream media.
It's interesting, isn't it?
And isn't that fascinating?
Isn't that interesting? And yet the weekend before the big Black Lives Matter, there was another protest against the impingement on our basic freedoms and human rights in Australia, and that got no coverage from the media. A massive clampdown by the police. It was split up by the police. There were threats of arrest if there was anybody stepping out of line. And yet then we start hearing a big push from every media outlet for the whole week before the Black Lives Matter to get people on the street protesting against what? Protesting against people, dividing people up into either you're pro Black Lives Matter or you're anti, instead of us coming together as one and standing up against the corruption that's coming against all of us.
Yeah, well, I tell you what I got out of all of this today is the clear understanding that this is a totally fascist movement being run by the people who run the media. The media. And guess who runs the media? The corporations with the government. So that's a big wake-up call for me. You know, the three different types of demonstrations, and only one got all of the media attention.
And every other protest that did get any media attention was about how irresponsible the protesters are, and what a good job the police are doing to break them up and drag them into police vans and drag them off the streets to save everybody else. Well, I think that coming out and showing that we're dissatisfied is trying to help everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I think the big lesson for us, brothers and sisters, is we have got to spread the message. So if the mainstream media are not spreading the message, we have to do it.
Completely agree.
Yeah. The other thing that I noticed today is that we have a lot of discussion about the wrongdoing of our governments, right? What did you think about having a solution to that?
I think that everything that's going on today is a consequence of the current political system unraveling. And the powers that exist either in politics or above politics are seeing their grip on control slipping away. So they tighten and tighten. But something's going to change. You can feel it in the wind. I'm surprised that we haven't seen more direct change during the COVID lockdown, but it's clearly coming. And unless we decide what we want, and I think your proposed solution is exactly the type of solution that's needed, then what's coming next is going to be even less centered around human needs and even more centered around corporate needs, which is the wrong way around.
Yes. Well, the point it came to me very clearly is that yes, we can take all these people to court. Yes, we can try and prosecute them. Yes, we can complain. But, what might be a better solution is we make a new government. And there's nothing stopping us. We can do it. We've got all the technologies, we've got all the skills, we've got everything. So that's where I'm going to put my efforts. Do you want to say a last word, Richard?
Well, thank you very much. I thought that what you were talking about is exactly the type of movement that we need. And thanks for turning out today and supporting everything we're trying to achieve as well, just as individuals. So
thanks, Richard.
We can come together.